you all Happy New Year. Here is an eminent Indian mathematician, scientist, Satyendra Nath Bose, who made an enormous contribution to the subject of quantum mechanics. He, together with Einstein, suggested a statistical description of quantum mechanical system. In 1900, Max Planck explained the theory of black body radiation, that light is emitted in discrete amounts called quanta rather than a continuous wave. But his derivation of the formula was not convincing. Even himself was not convinced of it. Albert Einstein's paper Photoelectric Effect was published basing on Planck's quantum theory. But his colleagues were not fully convinced. At this time, Bose sent a paper to Albert Einstein in June 1924. In fact, paper was sent by Bose to Philosophical Magazine in London, but it was rejected. But Bose was not disheartened. He sent the paper to Einstein with a fervent appeal for personal opinion. Quote, "Though a complete stranger to you, sir, I do not feel any hesitation in making such a request." Unquote. Einstein immediately recognized the significance of the paper. It was going to be to substantiate his theory of photoelectric effect. Einstein himself translated the paper into German and sent it to a German magazine with his endorsement for publication. And it was published. Bose shot into prominence, which ultimately resulted in Bose-Einstein statistic. Satyendra Nath Bose was born on January 1st, 1894. His father was Satyendra Nath Bose and his mother was Amodini Devi. Satyendra Nath was the oldest of the 7 children and he is the only son, and the other are daughters. His mother died in 1939. Even in his school days, he was recognized for his brilliance as a student in mathematics. As a student of Hindu high school, he established a new record, scoring 110 marks for a maximum of 100. His teachers predicted Bose will one day become as a great mathematician of repute such as Laplace or Cauchy. Zeal for work and eagerness to learn new things are the two qualities which he developed right from his childhood. At school, he along with his friends developed to improvise apparatus. He got higher education in President's College. His teachers were stalwarts like Jagdish Chandra Bose, P.C. Ray, S.N. Mitra. His classmates were especially Magnath Saha, Neelakela Ranjan Ray, J.C. Ghosh. At the age of 19, he became a graduate. At the age of 21, he got his postgraduate degree MSc in modern mathematics. He started his career as a lecturer in 1916, joined the Dhaka University as a reader in physics in 1921. While working here, he wrote a paper on Max Planck's equation, which was translated into German, which we referred in the beginning. Bose's original approach to a problem was appreciated by Einstein. Quote, "Bose's method of derivation, in my opinion, signifies a forward step." Einstein personally invited Bose to work with him, and their efforts culminated in Bose-Einstein statistics. His work was supported and appreciated by leading lights such as de Broglie, Schrödinger, Paul Dirac, and Heisenberg. In honor of Bose, Dirac coined the word boson for the particle, which obeys Bose-Einstein statistics. In atomic theory, only fermions named after Fermi, bosons named after Bose were the only particles named after physicists. Niels Bohr was giving a lecture and he had some difficulty in explaining a point. He was writing in the blackboard and stopped writing, turning to Bose. Bose was the president of the meeting. Turning to Bose, he said, "Can Professor Bose help me?" All the while, Professor Bose was sitting with his eyes shut and audience were smiling at the Professor Bose's words. To everyone's surprise, Bose got up from his seat and solved the problem. He came back and sat down, closed his eyes. That was the concentration of Satyendra Nath Bose. He was interested in many other subjects like chemistry, geometry, geology, anthropology, biochemistry. He was fascinated with the study of literature, art, and music. He was very much interested in Bengal language. He had good knowledge of German and French. Actually, sometime he worked with Madame Curie also, and Madame Curie was amazed with the dexterity in making certain very difficult measurements of what is known as a piezoelectric effect. His devotion to duty is exceptional. He never allowed his personal difficulty to interfere in performing his duties as a teacher. While working in Dhaka University, he had a problem with students. They wanted the examinations to be postponed. He said no. Students threatened that they would go on hunger strike. Professor Bose said, I am prepared to resign, but I am not prepared to postpone the examination. The students were not prepared for this reply. They did not want to lose such a teacher, and they accepted the decision of Bose. Another important thing is, he never tolerated any injustice to students. Once Ashutosh Mukherjee, the Vice Chancellor of Calcutta University, set the question papers for mathematics for MSc Mathematics examination. He gave the same problem every year continuously for 3 years along with other problems. No one could answer this. In one meeting, Ashutosh asked the teachers, do you not teach the subject properly? No one answered, but Bose said, if the problem itself is wrong, how can you expect the students to answer it? Ashutosh realized his mistake, and that was Satyendra Nath Bose, the teacher.